Hi everyone, my name's Will Goodbourne. I'm a sports massage therapist and biomechanist. I'm here today to give you some exercises to stretch common areas of tightness that you might get from sitting down at your desk all day, particularly of course during the pandemic where our workstations might not be set up as optimally as possible. So today we're going to focus on the hamstrings, which are the muscle group on the backs of our thighs, and also our gluteal muscles, so our bum muscles. So these both get very tight and inactive while sitting down, because obviously while we have our legs bent, then we're obviously shortening through our hamstring muscles while seated. But also it doesn't take very long for your glute muscles to become inactive when seated as well. So this can cause potential tightness in other places, like you might be able to get pain in your lower back from this, or further down into the feet. So the first exercise that we're going to do to stretch the hamstring is we're going to start from a standing position. We're going to bring one leg in front of the other, and then we're going to bend our back leg. So we're essentially, it's almost like we're sitting down, but we're not sitting down on a chair. We're going to rest our weight onto our bent knee as well. So we should be able to feel the stretch on our straight leg. So we should feel it from the hamstring all the way down into the calf muscle potentially as well. If, however, you do get tight calves, and they tend to be sort of tighter than hamstrings, you can bring your toes up like this, and that will intensify the stretch into the calf. I'm just going to show you from the other angle. So essentially we're going to bring one leg forward in front of the other, and then bend this leg like so. So start off with the foot flat, and then you can bring your leg up if you want to intensify into the calf. Again, we're going to hold for around a minute in order to get that flexibility benefit. And then of course, once we've done that, slowly come out of the stretch, and remember to do the other side as well. So the next stretch that we're going to do is we're going to bring one leg over the other like so, a bit like how we did with our IT band stretch. And then this time we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. So this will give us a nice stretch all throughout our back as well. And then we're just going to gradually, while engaging our core, very slowly, just do like a forward fold. So we're not going to just let ourselves go, we want our core to be engaged. And then we're just going to try and reach down as far as we can. In an ideal world, you'll be able to touch your toes, or even better, touch the floor. If you can't quite get down there though, don't force it, and don't do any sort of bouncing motions either, so that's not going to be very good for you. Best thing to do if you want to go further is just wait for a little bit, wait for the whole of the chain to release off, and then you can go a little bit further. And then you hold it for a bit longer. Okay, and after our minute, we're just going to pull out of that stretch nice and gently, again engaging that core, so we're not going to put too much pressure on our back. And then we do the other side, of course, so I'll show you from this angle. So we're going to put the other leg behind this time, reach up towards the ceiling, and then gradually, while engaging our core, go down towards the floor. And as you can see, I'm a bit more flexible on this side, so that's not uncommon. So if you do have one side that's tighter than the other, then obviously it's a good idea to focus a bit more attention on that. And again, after we've held it for a little while, then we can start to sort of maybe, even if it's just by about a centimetre or so, just gradually increase that stretch. Okay, and then while still engaging our core, we're just going to come nice and slowly out of that stretch as well. The next stretch is going to target mainly our gluteal muscles, but some of you may be able to feel this in the lower back as well if you're tight just here. So we're going to be balancing on this one. If you are struggling to balance, then you can do the same stretch but laying on your back on the floor. So we're going to come up, grab our knee. We're going to be nice and upright, so we're not going to tilt back like that or tilt forward or anything. We're just going to pull our leg up to our chest as much as we can. So this is why it's called the leg hug, because we're just sort of trying to squeeze this knee, almost like we're trying to hug our leg. And as I mentioned, you should be able to feel it sort of in the gluteal, but possibly in that lower back as well. And after our minute, then obviously we switch and do it on the other side as well. As I mentioned, there is an adaptation for this one. So if you do struggle with your balance, then you can get down on the floor and do exactly the same stretch. So you just bring your leg up like that. And actually you might find that that's better for you because you can feel a better stretch because you're a bit more stable and you're not having to worry about stabilising yourself. Okay, and again, remember the other side. The final stretch that we're going to do is seated. And this is going to target our glute muscles, so in our bum, which might get tight. Some of you may have even had sciatica before, from essentially compression of the piriformis, just squeezing on that sciatic nerve and sending painful sensations down your leg. It's not a very nice condition to have, but this can be aggravated by sitting on your glutes all day. So we're going to target that sort of area and try and release it all off. So for this, we're going to bring our right leg over our left and place it on our left thigh. And just sitting like this, you might actually feel the stretch, and that's fine if you want to just leave it like that. Okay, in fact some people might even struggle to be able to get the leg up, so that's fine if you want to leave it just here. However, if you want to increase the stretch, then again we can start to flex through the spine, engage this core as we go down, and then the more we fold forwards, the more we will start to feel it in this left glute. Okay, and then we can obviously hold it down here. And then of course we'll do the other side, so left leg over right, and then if we want to, fold forwards. If you do struggle with the flexibility on this, or if you do have any knee or hip problems and you struggle to be able to do this stretch, then you can do a slightly easier variation of it by sitting on the floor and then just bringing the leg over like that. So we're just trying to essentially hug the thigh. So it's a little bit easier than bringing your leg over on the other stretch. And again, switch sides once you've held that for around a minute. Okay, so there are your exercises for today.